Stop everything you are doing. If you feel that God has forgotten you, if your prayers seem to hit the ceiling and bounce back, this video is a sign. Because in the next few minutes, this man's story will prove to you that divine silence is not abandonment. It is just God preparing your palace. Joseph was the beloved son, marked by a coat of many colors, a symbol of favor that would soon become a target. But not everyone shared Jacob's joy. The people who should have loved Joseph the most were slowly consumed by a dangerous jealousy. The sun, moon, and stars bowed before him. Joseph saw the destination, but had no idea of the valley he would walk first. Jealousy is a poison. When his brothers saw the dreamer coming, they didn't see a brother. They saw an obstacle to remove. In a dark moment of betrayal, the coat was stripped away. They grabbed him with hatred and threw him toward his fate. Joseph found himself at the bottom of a cold, dry pit. This is where the long silence of God truly begins. Alone in the darkness, Joseph cried for help, but the men of his own blood sat down to eat, ignoring his pain. Sold for 20 pieces of silver. To his brothers, he was a prophet. To God, he was still the chosen one. Every step toward Egypt felt like a step away from God's promises. But Joseph was exactly where he needed to be. In a foreign land, Joseph had every reason to give up. Instead, he chose something different. He chose to have faith. Day after day, he worked with honesty and excellence. Even in chains, the presence of God was quietly opening new doors. Joseph entered the house of Potiphar, a slave in a pagan empire, yet he flourished because the Lord was with him. He rose to authority, managing a great estate. But just as hope returned, another painful test was waiting in the shadows. Joseph's character was his greatest strength. He refused to sin against God, even when no one was watching him work. Integrity often comes at a high price. Because he did the right thing, Joseph was falsely accused and rejected once again. From the house of favor to the house of chains, his world collapsed and the prison doors slammed shut on his life. Prison bars could close Joseph's body, but they could never imprison his faith. He sat in the dark, still praying. Days became months. Months became years. Still, God seemed silent. But in the waiting, God does his deepest work. Even in prison, Joseph continued to serve others. He listened to the troubled dreams of a cupbearer and a baker. Then, Pharaoh was haunted by mysteries. 7 lean and skeletal cows emerged from the Nile to devour the fat ones. 7 scorched ears of grain swallowed the healthy ones. The king of Egypt was troubled, searching for an answer. In a single hour, Joseph was pulled from the depths. He stood before the king and gave God all the glory. The silence was broken. Joseph revealed the 7 years of plenty and the 7 years of devastating famine to come. Pharaoh saw the wisdom of God in him. He placed his own signet ring on Joseph's finger, changing his life forever. The prisoner became the prince. God compensated Joseph for 13 years of pain in a single moment of divine grace. During the years of plenty, Joseph stored the grain. He became the administrator of a nation's survival and hope. Then the famine struck the entire world. The hunger of the earth was now matched by the silence of the sky. And there they were, the brothers who betrayed him, now bowing low, exactly as the dream had foretold years before. Joseph watched them from his throne, hiding his tears. He wasn't looking for revenge. He was looking for their hearts. Finally, he revealed the truth. "I am Joseph, your brother." The victim was now the master, and forgiveness began. He didn't point his finger. He opened his arms. Forgiveness is proof that you trust God's sovereignty over your scars. "You intended to harm me," he told them, "but God intended it for good." Every silent night had a purpose. Your story isn't over just because it is hard. God is writing a masterpiece in the dark. Trust His unseen hand. Trust God in the silence. Follow the channel for more, leave your like to spread hope, and share your comment below.